Good evening, good evening. Turning up my speakers. Okay. So, yay. I have no plan right now. So, all I know is something to do while we're on our way up to Wildmount.
Whitestone.
Or Whitestone, yeah. Sorry. I'm tired. Hello, hello, hello. Not really. Not too long.
Also, if you hear something, I'm eating an apple, so.
No. So, how have you been?
Okay. I told my boss today about the fact that I may be stepping down in the near future so I can go back to school.
Bet they didn't take that well.
Actually, no. He did.
That's good.
Because he's like, no, I get that. If you're going back to school, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Especially the other thing. He was like, okay, so what are you going back to school for? And I was like, well, I'm planning to go back for animation. And he's like, oh, you do art? And he was like, hey, when he saw it, he's like, yeah, I can see why you're going back to school. He's like, you were really good, yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm so cold right now. I put on my bunny slippers and my fluffy jacket.
Fever?
No.
It's
So far,
frigid
I think
outside, and knowing
It's only 53.
and knowing Velma and your mom, they probably turned the heat down because see the electricity.
You know what?
Oh, I'm so sorry that it's 53 outside. Well, it's freaking 36 here.
Yeah, the heater's on 67.
Why is the heater all the way down to 60 freaking 7 when it's 53 degrees?
Because a couple of certain people don't understand the meaning of you don't live here, so you don't get to control the thermostat. Turning it up to 72.
Thank you. Oh boy. Cat.
Yep. If he's not careful, I'm gonna throw him outside again. Threw him out in the cold early. In the cold last night. It's 32 degrees out. He wouldn't shut up, so I put him outside. 15 minutes later, he's scratching at the door to come back in. Because he was cold. Okay. So, as you can see from The Sims, I've at least picked a place that decide for yourselves how you want to be in this tomb while you're traveling, but so I did update the house rules and took into account getting pets in the field.
Because snake.
Yeah. And Toby, unfortunately, is currently working on Fridays. I swear to God, Yuki, if you don't stop. I'm gonna put him outside. Like, I'm not even playing. No, yep, I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll be right back. Come on. Come on. I will pick you up. And then he goes and hides from me. I need more water anyways. No, Maka.
Yuki! Yuki! Yeah, well, he's outside now. Yeah. That's what he do.
Alright, so traveling along, found a spot that looks interesting. And proceeded to check it out, right? So we have the group is over in the course of being adventurous and chaotic, and the DM not having a plan. We have ended up in a underground chamber.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Alright. It's all good. I went and caught the screen door and like flung it open and then slammed it back shut again.
Oof.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited. I am playing Pokemon Sword, Pokemon Shield, right? And I I did start over because I wasn't happy with a couple of things.
Yeah.
So I finished the gym. I beat the gym at Turfield, and I go back to the wild area, and I throw a wishing piece in one of the Dynamax stands, and it's a Milcery, which is an adorable little blob of cream, little fairy Pokemon. I capture, I defeat her, I capture, I check her information, and she's Gigamax. I also got I got a blueberry sweet while she was from defeating her. Gave her the blueberry sweet and evolved her. So now I have a Minty Fresh Gigamax Alchemy. And I named her Minty Barra.
Aw.
And I don't know if you can see it very well on the stream, but she's adorable, and she turns into a giant ass cake.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Gigamax Alchemy turns into a giant ass cake. It's the best. I'm so
Candy would love
excited.
that.
Yeah.
And it has an adorable power when fighting Gigamax, and I'm just like, yay. Anyways, so
Would you guys be okay with me inviting a guy to play with us?
this
Okay,
isn't a
'cause,
gender exclusive. This isn't a gender exclusive.
I know, but you know, it is mostly made up of females. But my friend Jack has played D&D before, and I'd like to get him back into it. So I was thinking about asking him. And since I think you actually know Jack, because he was in the TJC theater department when we were working on Secret Garden. He was one of the ghosts.
Oh. Okay. There we go. Can better see my list now. Okay. All right. So in this underground chamber, we are presented there with several doors. There are 4 doors. Around the room. Let's see. Big door and okay. Those are floor panel locked. Ah. Only one door is unlocked.
All right, well, go through the unlocked one. Interesting. What we're looking at.
Yeah. I did that on purpose. Alright, so you come into a hallway and it winds around and there's a room with statues and floor panels. Not enough statues to go around. There's 5 floor panels and only 4 statues.
Yeah, that's weird.
And
I hate puzzles.
Yep.
well, I guess the first thing to rule out is go stand on all the floor panels, make sure none of them are just triggered by standing on them.
Which they're not. And then, of course, there are also butterflies floating around the room that are like kind of getting in the way.
Yeah. Because The Sims.
Mhm.
I mean, we could try doing the 2 on the one side and then 1 on.
In all honesty, I'm at a point with The Sims and their BS-ery with puzzles. I'm just like, activate all the fucking of all the panels and pray. Activate all the panels and hope that they don't have a specific. Either way, Candy goes waterbend crazy. And I'm going to will another statue into being. Which, if I'm not mistaken, you guys have enough. No. Y'all don't necessarily know how to build them. But the panels are taken care of, and you hear grinding, and have food.
No, not yet.
Oh, that reminds me, I was going to order something for me.
Wow, I just got a huge shot of the raspberry flavor there.
What?
I picked up a mocha on the way home and I added some shots of the raspberry flavoring to make it chocolate raspberry.
Yummy.
I just got like a huge hit of it where it was like, whoa, I taste the raspberry there.
Yep. I'm so glad that they finally added the option to add chipotle mayo without having to type in a substitution or special request.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a Philly from Jersey Mike's. Okay.
Food's here.
Okay. So, let's see. there's nothing else in that room. So essentially we're forced to double back.
No, package.
Ooh, Is it-
yes.
is it for me or you?
Hang on a sec. Been better. A little allergies.
Oh yeah. Got it?
Yep.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
it.
I got a lot of food.
Okay.
I'll be back to check in just a sec.
Because I get the feeling that it might be my doll hair.
You stole. It's for me. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Across several.
Well, it's only coming from England. Only coming from England. So, anyways, one of the doors unlocked in the first room. One of the doors in the first room unlocked.
Yes, through the next door.
Yep. All right. So through this door, there are, and down the hall, there's a kind of a junction where you can pick left or right.
Sorry,
So,
I got soup. I'll be
yeah.
right back.
No. No. All right. So.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Right or left? Do we want to go?
Let's go right.
Yeah, I was about to say right.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So the hallway kind of winds, but you finally come to a room that has a treasure chest that is keystone locked. You do have the keystone that goes in it.
Alright, let's see what's in it.
Snakes.
Say what?
Thanks.
About 3 snakes are slithering in there, along with you can see the glimmering of a gem, a bag of gold, and a pot.
Do the snakes look poisonous?
No, they are not poisonous.
Okay.
They're just your standard small snakes.
I think using my rapier, I'm going to try and grab the bag.
Okay.
Well, not disturbing the snakes, I'm assuming.
While not disturbing the snakes.
Okay. This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna say that would be sleight of hand.
You know, there's an easier way to do this. Does the bag look heavy?
You know what? You're right.
So if the bag isn't that heavy, I do have mage hand. We can just,
You know what? I think I have mage hand too.
make this more difficult than it needs to be.
No, I do not. Huh. After you then.
Well, it's lighter than 10 pounds. Felt good.
It should be.
Might as well just mage hand everything in there.
I don't want to deal with snakes, so I'm just gonna use my mage hand to cover the room. Hey, it's a way to do things.
So it's
Better
basically
than my idea.
so it's basically use your mage hand to just pluck the treasure out of the treasure chest, and then you gently close the door. Gently close it.
Snakes do their own business.
And back out of the room.
Yep.
And of course, because the hallways are kind of small, the centaurs are kind of staying back. They're just like, let us know when there's more room.
You got it.
So back down the hall and to the left
Yep.
appears to be a dead end with a floor panel.
I'm gonna stand on that.
And who all should be in that? Just the 3 of y'all, you, the 2 of y'all, and Candy?
Yeah.
Ayana probably kind of hanging back kind of closer to the centaurs just in case but also ready to pounce if need be.
Mhm.
So, who steps on the panel?
Ellen.
Okay.
Because I think apart from the centaurs, he's the heaviest one.
I am not heavy.
It's all muscle though.
Mm-hmm. Okay, why do you like the one so much?
He's company.
Right.
Two can be as bad as one.
All right. I'm gonna need Anahita to roll a dex save.
Okay. Oh no. 24. Whatever will I do?
Get safely out of the way of the darts that suddenly start flying out of the wall.
Okay.
I know you were being
Oh, joy.
sarcastic.
I have a +6 to my dex. I rolled an 18. It was one where it was like, oh no. I'm
Yeah.
never gonna make this. Doing this.
Yeah. Candy, however, is not quite so lucky.
Oh no.
Oh no.
She gets out of the way, but one dart hits her in the butt.
Ow.
Oh dear.
And she's like, eh. And passes out.
Oh.
No,
Okay,
Yuki, I'm not letting you in. You're in trouble. You get to be in the cold. Okay. So, do a investigation check real quick.
Sure.
Sure. All right.
One or both of y'all.
18.
Okay.
Let me see. Investigation. What is my investigation? I'm eating my soup away from the computer.
You're fine. +5.
Okay. $20.
All right. So, you both managed to find the hole to disable the trap.
Yay.
And Ayana kind of pokes her head into the room, like, everything okay in here?
Oh yes, everything's fine. I try and wake up Candy.
Candy just took a dart to the butt and fell asleep.
Okay. And she's just like, well, first, probably best to remove the dart.
Fair enough.
And then she's going to cast Lesser Restoration on Candy when regular attempts to wake her up don't work.
Oh, lovely.
And Candy just, and after when Ayana's done with her spell, Candy's just like, huh? What? Huh?
Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Had a good nap.
What happened?
You fell asleep because of a dart.
Oh.
Sleeping dart.
Well, on the plus side, at least they're not poison.
Yeah, this is also true.
And Ayana's just like, it did put her to sleep in a way that required a spell, though. So, you have to
Technically
stay
not
on
the
our
same as
toes.
poison.
Yeah. But still, we need to stay on our toes. Get back out to the main room, and the visitors are just like, okay, what? Alright, so the third door is now unlocked. What in the blue blazes?
What?
The music.
Yeah.
Did it do something weird?
Yes. Alright, so the room we are, this room, hallway, into another hallway, kind of winding. Oh, I hate this one.
One what?
2 panels, 1.
Oh.
2 panels, 1 thing, and one of the panels makes something appear that you can't get to because the statue's in the way.
Oy.
It's like whoever designed these things must have expected people to cheat. Because otherwise, there's no way.
There's no solution.
Yeah.
And then that's the bad.
So, fortunately, the statue is not tall enough that you wouldn't be able to, walk over it.
Yeah.
Or get over it with a little bit of fancy footwork. Or, walking on the
Hardcore
ceiling.
along the wall.
Ellen's gonna walk around it on the ceiling.
Alright, there is a hole in the wall.
Gonna stick my hand in.
Yeah.
Sorry, Candy. I know this is usually your thing.
It's okay. Okay, and a hidden door opens.
Yay.
But yeah. Basically, Candy waterbends the statue out of the way onto one panel.
You okay?
Yeah. Reveals that hole, and then water bends it back into another onto the other panel. And the hidden door just goes into a room with a couple of grapevines.
Are they playable now?
Yes.
Sweet food. This should not surprise you after the vineyard. I'm picking some.
Yep. And considering where they are, they're in actually surprisingly good condition.
We've learned not to question it.
Yep. And then there's a proper door that goes into a room with a treasure chest. Because treasure chest. And there's a sarcophagus fragment and platinum.
Yay for platinum.
Mm-hmm. $92 pieces.
Nice.
Alright, and we're at a dead end again. So, but going back to the main room, the final door is open.
Yay.
Like standing wide open.
Through it we go.
Yep.
And I accidentally picked one of the smallest tombs in France.
Give me yours.
Yep. Oh. As you open up the treasure chest, you hear a vague "Ah!" And after getting all the platinum out of that chest, you go back into the main area to find Tysius having kind of barely dodged a staircase that just opened up
Oh,
under his feet.
sorry.
Whoops. I guess we're going downstairs.
Yeah.
Alright, and then this room, there's some water trap on the side, seemingly for no reason other than agua. A whole bunch of statues on one side of the room. And you can see going around them, there's a panel behind them. So.
Mm-hmm.
And the way the room is designed, there's no way to move this statue. as far as The Sims is concerned.
Yeah.
I love however who the chuckle fucks that design these things. It's like, how do you expect your players to get a thing if you design it to where it's unrootable?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a click and a door unlocks after Candy water bends it. The door is hidden behind the statues.
Because why not?
Yeah. And then to the right down the hall, there's a hallway down that goes that blah 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 blah.
There's a thing that does the thing.
There is a gemstone on the floor at the end of the hall to the right. And then, or left.
I was about to say.
Left. What is direction? In my defense, I'm hungry. And then there's straight ahead, and from the door, at least, there's a hallway with a statue, and you can vaguely see a treasure chest behind it.
Oh, might as well move the statue.
Yeah.
Literally no reason for it to be there.
Nope. But at the same time, you move the statue and go to open the chest, and
Oh. Arrow trap.
yep.
Ugh.
Inside the chest, there's a drop stone, a gargoyle statue, and 3 silver ingots.
I'm gonna take those.
3 silver bars. Alright, so as far as the
we're just
trap.
gonna move the statue on top of the trap.
Yeah. But first, as far as the trap is concerned. Candy again.
No.
This time in the foot.
Candy.
She didn't manage to dodge out of the way when the trap started. So after getting the trap disabled by putting the statue on top of it, this time you're fortunately able to shake Candy awake.
Oh, yay. I would argue still not the same as being poisoned.
Yeah.
Poison does other things.
Yep. So in the next room, there's a water trap. And a statue. And a panel right beside the statue, conveniently. Waterbending the statue onto the panel disables the traps.
Yay.
And around the corner, there are stairs.
Yay, stairs.
Why are you throwing a tantrum? You're not supposed to throw tantrums. Helicopter.
Yeah.
The joys.
That's what we get for living right next to the hospital.
Yep.
It could be worse though. We could be living right next to the freaking train tracks.
Oh, you mean like me?
Oh, instead, we're a couple of blocks away.
Or more like 3 or 4. Yeah, I think we're like 3 blocks away.
Yep. Sim, where are you going?
Away from here.
Oh. There was a grapevine that had grapes on it, so I pushed Tarvis, and she went to another plant, apparently.
When you when you tell Sin to harvest, it'll harvest all of the plants.
I
in the
know.
area.
I know. I just wasn't aware that there were more plants in the area.
Well, now you are.
Yeah. Oh, she just went down the hall. Okay. So, she's in the same hall. Okay. Alright, so there is a door and a little cubby on to the right as you walk through the hall.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, that's the first door that you come to. And then there's another one in the side room a little further down. Which one?
Let's go to the one on the right first.
The first door?
Mm-hmm.
You just keep going to the right.
Yeah.
Well, it was the first door we came to, so.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
Oh, yay. Floor panels.
Yep.
Floor panels everywhere.
Yep. And, oh, I know this one. Okay, so there are 2 panels beside each other that you can stand on. Anyone who happens to be standing behind the person that stands on the floor panel.
Mm-hmm.
So who gets to stand on the floor panel?
Ellen,
Okay.
as always.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and hit a dex save for both Candy and.
Oh, plus side is just a water drop.
Yep. And Anahita.
Natural 20. That's 26.
You don't even get wet.
No.
Like it would matter.
Yeah, I know, right?
Always wet.
Now, Candy, however, just gets blasted with water, and she's like, yeah. Okay. At least it wasn't a dart.
Prestidigitation.
Thanks. But the dart trap that had been immediately visible blocking your path is shut off.
Oh.
As well. Oh, wait, wrong panel. Okay. So moving forward, there's a dart trap blocking the path.
Maybe you should both stay here.
So, moving forward, there's a dart trap and 2 4 panels in front of it. Standing on the one on the left does nothing, but standing on the one on the right turns off the dart trap and turns back on the trap behind you.
Oh, so I was right.
Unfortunately, there is also a giant-ass boulder at the end of the hallway,
Okay.
Oh, dear.
along with a hole in the wall.
Inspect the hole.
All right, the hole unlocks a door that we haven't quite gotten to yet. The boulder, however, and it's one of those, like, you get the feeling that it's hiding something, but the centaurs can't get to it.
One of these days we need to learn true polymorph.
I mean, good.
Hello? Yes. Yes, it is. Thank you.
Something up with your food?
Dad of the rosemary bread.
Oh. Oh, darn.
I'll survive with white, though. Bleh. Okay. So, this boulder and there's a dart puzzle blocking your way.
You always try and disable it. Shouldn't be that hard. You want me to give it a crack? Might as well. What do we have to lose? Alright, so I guess take a look at the fun, see if I can disable it.
Alright, roll an investigation check.
That's natural one.
You get stabbed in the hand by a dart. That knocks you out. And you hit your head on the way down.
Yay! That went splendidly.
Yeah. and take 1 damage.
I should have mage-handed it. That would have been the smart thing to do.
Ellen takes the dart out of her hand and wakes her up. Maybe use mage hand next time, darling.
And she's got a knot on her head too.
Right. That was
Cure wounds.
okay. So the one, whatever will I do?
Yeah, all right.
Well, cure wounds, it'll get rid of the knot. So it won't hurt. I'm only doing it at first level. So you're guaranteed the 1.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's try that again. Mage hand. That's my actual hand.
Okay, roll investigation again.
Oh, much better. Natural 20.
Where was that one earlier?
All right, so you managed to disarm it.
Yay. Alright.
And
Now we just have to deal with the boulder.
yeah,
On the plus side, at least the centaurs can get through now.
yep.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a tight squeeze, Sajid, but we need you.
He comes in and goes past the water trap and does get wet, but that's an easy fix. And he comes and yeets his axe at the boulder. And there is nothing immediately visible behind or under it.
Is there a hidden door?
Yes.
Okay. We just need to find the hidden door.
Yep.
Well, Julie could have taken care of that.
Yep. And she does. And the hidden door leads into a hallway with plants.
Your food's here.
Yay! I'm coming. Can I get him a sandwich?
I'm dressed. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a nice sandwich.
But I mean, how do you think I got my food if I didn't have any clothes on? Like,
I don't know.
There are ways. I wouldn't suggest them.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm wearing my owl pajamas and my bunny slippers.
Wash.
So,
Yeah,
gathering up.
little hats, sweaters, mittens, and little scarves.
Hmm.
The DM is thinking.
Yep. And that is never a good sign.
No.
Hmm. Okay. So, in this little room.
Whoa, hold on. Okay. Sorry.
I went weird there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. As you go down this hallway and pick up the veggies, the fruits off of the vines because we're hungry. There is a small white dragon wormling
Oh.
asleep in the corner.
Gonna be like really, really quiet.
Yeah. So, do a stealth check.
Okay. 23.
Okay.
Are you kidding? Oh, good. That's not a 1. 13.
Okay. Candy's the one that ruins it.
Oh no.
This dice is being retired.
It's okay. The reason why I went with that.
She stubs her foot on a boulder and trips and
Oh.
yelps. And
Oh no.
the baby does not wake up.
How? How?
The dice.
Okay, we're just gonna keep this little pattern of being absolutely silent. Very, very tired. Even see, it's a baby.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're very lucky I had advantage. Because one of my dice rolled a natural one. Oh. The other one, it looked like a 1 until I got closer, and I'm like, oh good, it's a 4. I'll take the 4.
Mm-hmm. So, just quietly slip back out.
And there are no other hidden doors or anything.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so. Oh, but there is. There is. Find it. Try to quietly push it open. The baby stays asleep
No.
because he's tired.
Baby, baby.
He's tired. Unfortunate, and Candy's the one that mentions this as we're walking through. You know, where there's a baby, there's a lot of times an adult.
As long as we don't disturb the baby, the mother will be less inclined to kill us.
True. And I mean, there are no there's no lair effects going on, so. Do you find a star-cut diamond on the floor and another hidden door. All right, and as we get further away from the baby, I'm not going to be making constant checks. So, there's a room. No. It is a butterfly, and I do not need those. Okay. There's a yellow sapphire on the floor, and this is me just going down the hallway because they're all archways, no solid doors. More grapes. Candy finds a hole in the wall. And that opens up a hidden door. And if anyone was in front of her before she found the hole,
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll take the hit.
roll a dex save.
Okay.
18.
Okay, you managed to dodge before the door smacks you in the face. What's up, sis?
13.
It catches it as the door slides open. It catches the tip of your shoe, but doesn't do any damage to your foot or the shoe.
Okay. I'm guessing my foot didn't stop it from closing.
No. If he wants
problem.
in. What's up?
Well, the whole issue with the door thing.
Yeah. No, it manages not to stall
Okay.
or hurt you or your shoe.
Okay. So we're not like trapped anywhere or anything?
Nope.
Alright.
Yep.
And it appears there is a staircase.
Yep. There's a piece of sarcophagus fragment. A staircase straight ahead, but there's also a door that goes to a place. You're not sure where.
Uh-huh.
But
The only way to find out is to follow it.
yeah, walking through the hallway, it leads to the other staircase, the water trap and the other staircase, and
Oh. Okay.
essentially this is where that second door in that hallway led.
Oh,
Okay.
just a
Cool.
little circle. Alright.
Yep. So make sure there's nothing in that
I
corner.
say peek back around, alert the others, and go back up.
Go up this new set of stairs. They're a narrow, winding hallway. And probably also warn the others that there's a sleeping baby dragon.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we'll just let them stumble around blindly and see if they're waking up too.
Let's not.
Yeah. And say we didn't.
Let's not say we did.
No, let's not say we didn't.
All right.
So it looks like a hidden door just opened up.
Yeah. Going around a corner, there's a floor panel. Someone stands on it. Door grates open.
We go through the door.
Into a hallway that's empty except for a. Well, there's an archway. Hold on. That goes into another hallway. At the end of which is a couple of statues.
Waterbend.
Putting the statue on the panel reveals another panel. That can be stood on. That reveals another staircase. Fortunately, we do not hear any shouts of distress because they got wise and didn't stand by the staircase.
Yeah. Down we go.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. So at the bottom of this staircase, there is a dive well with very weird looking water.
Might as well jump on in.
Yeah. Here we go.
And on the other side of the dive well, there's a door. But there are statues blocking the path around it. So, into the well!
Yep.
You find a tunnel.
What's the... Whoa.
Sorry, I had a mod that that basically automatically chooses the options.
Well, no, that's not what I was wowing about. We just ended up in a... Wait. I know where we are.
On that little island in the river.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Alright, so once you get out of the well, after finding the tunnel or rather, you don't find a tunnel, it just you find the bottom of the well, and when you go to get out of the water, you are in a completely different room.
I guess we can take the wormling off of the initiative list.
Yeah.
Since we managed not to wake it up.
Yeah.
Because it was so cute and tiny and sleepy.
Yeah. Alright. So there is a bunch of plants with fruit on them.
Do you recognize the fruit?
Grapes. There's one that's you're not entirely sure, but looks like it might be tasty.
Do you want to be
There's a gemstone on the floor and something kind of buried a little bit. You'd have to do a little bit of digging.
Dig, 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 dig.
I was about to say, it's a good thing I have a shovel.
Yep. We dig, 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 dig. In the mines the whole day long. We dig, 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 dig. Okay. Sorry. Had a moment.
Fine.
Alright, so going around the room, checking the Okay, so the digging is worth it because you find a relic. There is a tree that is literally growing money.
There are a few of those actually from
Yep.
what I can see.
There are several trees that just have bags of money hanging off their branches. It's like, wow, that's
You know,
magical.
my father used to say money doesn't grow on trees. I don't think he ever saw these trees.
And it's really weird because, like, there's got to be magic involved because it's bags of gold. You also find a room off to the side that's got a very odd looking flower. Well, the bush itself looks really weird, but it's not, there's no actual flowers on it. There's a treasure chest and a tent that has a skeleton in it.
Oh,
Oh dear.
poor bastard.
And the treasure chest only has jerky in it, so.
Ew. Who knows how long that's been there.
Yeah.
Might as well harvest the money tree.
Yep.
Money
Which-
trees.
They've all been harvested already. I set it to harvest all the all the plants.
Are there any money bags around the tree?
I'm working on it. Yes, there are. Just clean this place
Pick those
out.
up.
Just clean this place the fuck out. There's also a fire trap off to the side, so there's a wall of fire off to the side. Hiding a flame fruit bush.
Yeah, go ahead and water bend over those.
Yep. Yeah, Candy just puts those out because yikes.
Another spot to dig.
Yep. Alright, so
Looks like there's a gem over in that corner there.
yep. I got it. And the door there is locked, so. one would think. Alright, so Candy waterbends a statue onto a panel, and that unlocks this door. That goes into a room with some statues and a panel. Because I don't feel like going into building by again. Alright,
Looks like there's some money bags there in the shade of that other money tree there. On the other side. Down.
I'm not, oh,
There.
three of them. Okay, so now let's see, what did that open? Oh, it unlocked this door over here. It goes into another room with statues and floor panels. And I don't even... And of course, the sim decided to stand right at the edge of the thing. Come on. Alright, so a little bit of water bending, and all the panels have statues on them.
Sweet.
As she's water bending, Candy does take note that, hey, there's something shining on the other side of these statues.
Like on the back side of them, or
Yeah.
hmm.
There's some platinum that's hidden off in the corner.
Well, one of us knows
One of us has a cloak of the arachnid.
Yep.
And
So Ellen climbs over and grabs the money.
Alright. Okay, we already went into that room. Okay.
Oh yay, the big door's unlocked.
Yes, the big door is unlocked. And there's a stair that leads up in this room.
Up we go.
And another stair. Make sure there's... And another stair.
So many stairs.
And light! bright ass light because out into the sun.
Oh. We've made it to the surface.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the dive well?
I think there was more down there too.
Yeah.
There was another archway that we didn't explore.
Okay. Back down we go, and then down those stairs in the archway.
Yep. So the stairs lead to a room that is filled with statues. And you can see a freaking treasure chest hidden behind the statues.
Ellen's gonna climb over.
Spider climb. And there is a statue in there.
I'll take that.
No more doors.
So, back to the dive well?
Yeah.
Because we kind of left everyone behind.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there's another dig spot.
Yeah, they kind of all respawned, so.
Oh, okay.
And when you come out of the well in the other room, you are right in front of the door.
All right. Through the door.
There's water everywhere. And not a drop to drink, yeah.
Ooh, something shiny.
Yes, that's why I just had the same cross over the water trap. A store-cut amethyst.
Something else is shiny there.
Yeah, I know, I see
green.
it. Crystal ball cut emerald.
Pretty.
And then there's a winding hallway that seems to go nowhere. It is a dead end.
Okay, so
And there is a random ass chipmunk.
why is there a random ass chipmunk in a what? Sims. What are you gonna do?
Can I adopt a chipmunk? That was a terrible idea. You do not take that seriously.
I was about to
no
say
chipmunk
you.
adoptions today.
I was about to say you could always fucking try.
No, if I were gonna adopt something normal.
We have enough pets in our group. Between the rat and the snake, we're good. So that is this whole dungeon.
Well, that was exciting.
Yeah. All right, so
Keep going. Head on our long journey.
yeah,
Our journey to the north.
We're gonna end up in snow.
it does start to get colder as you make your way up. As you make your way north.
You're looking for new outfits, aren't you?
It does get colder as you move north. That's not what I'm scrolling through. I need easier to look on D&D Beyond. Dragon. I almost want us to go to the Underdark. And by the way, the gemstone dragons are neutral.
Oh.
Lawful neutral.
Interesting. Because dragons aren't usually. They don't usually pick neutral. They're either one or the other.
Yep. The adult sapphire dragon's alignment is lawful neutral. And I want to play with it.
Well, let's say the Underdark for when Selwyn gets inducted.
Yep.
Make it sound like a cult or something.
Yeah. Okay, so as you go along your way, you do come to it does start to get really, really cold. Like colder than it probably should for the time of year and how far north you are not.
Mm-hmm.
And all right. So you come towards there's a mountain you're passing through a mountain, like between mountains, and the visibility slowly starts to decrease as you find yourselves in a fog. And it is the fog itself is very cold. It starts to rain, but it's not rain, it's sleet.
This is fine.
And
I think we need to get winter clothes.
Yeah. Big summer blowout.
woohoo. That's rude.
What?
What is?
Smallest, least intelligent, and most animalistic. Rude.
Talking about what?
White dragons.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, are we
Mhm.
forgetting Borgol?
Yeah. I'm just like, wow, they went there.
Okay, it's starting to get like really hot in here.
So we turn the heat back down. I mostly turned it up so high to get it out of being
Make sure it actually
nippy
kicks on.
in the house when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
I have not predicted
Easy enough
this
fix.
at all.
Just drops it down to back down to 70. So the you double back to a small little outpost, little neighborhood
Mm-hmm.
that's just a little out of the fog and the blizzardy and
Ooh. Already.
I had this idea a little while ago, so yeah, I already was making plans.
well, considering you had plenty of warning that we were going north, and the north is generally speaking cold. And of course, when we get back to the Sims' hometown, guess what the weather is?
Winter?
It's snowing!
Yay!
And it's like ankle deep.
Yeah, let me see if I can pull up the graphic site.
But,
Actually, very specific, that's the headline.
so, so you get some cold clothes and a warning from the merchant that you buy the clothes from. Not to go up the mountain.
Why not?
We're fairly sure there's a dragon that's been making its nest there. And this dragon is not happy. We're not all that willing to find out why.
Well, it's sort of our job to find out and deal with. Certain problems.
Go up there at your own risk.
What's the worst that can happen?
Darling, you know the answer to that.
I mean, true, but at the same time,
If the dragon wishes to move through a wall, it can do so without slowing down. The portion of the wall that the dragon moves through is destroyed, though.
Yeah, thanks.
Like,
probably a bit.
okay. All right, I just got a kick out of that. So, no, Yuki, you're in trouble.
I'm still trying to get Vince to blend back in.
Yes. Okay. So, And they do try and overcharge you
Oh, how nice.
for the clothes.
Elwyn would probably spot that.
Mm-hmm.
Darling.
Citing supply and demand.
Fair market value. Supply and demand aside. Which, from the look of things,
They try and cite supply and demand as reason for price gouging, because that's basically what this is. And don't know about y'all, but I'm pretty sure that between the group it gets shut down pretty quick. Like, no, we're paying fair market value for this, and you are not going to swindle us because we are adventurers.
besides which, there is a very fine line between supply and demand issues and obvious price gouging. Trust me, I came from a trade kingdom. I know what I'm talking about.
Ooh, fancy.
And I'll have you know my father is the Lord. And I'll have you know my father is the king of that island. You don't want to cross me.
Where the
I'm gonna just raise his eyebrows to the whole thing, so she's kind of like, okay, fine.
we're going with that, huh?
Might as well. I mean, the name means absolutely nothing to him.
Yeah,
Might as well throw it around like it means nothing.
yeah. So they finally cave and sell it to you for the proper price.
Thank you. I'll remember this.
And he's just like, what the? Like, really? What a crook. And he just kind of just stands up and pulls an oaken and is like, what did you just call me? A crook, because you're trying to overcharge adventurers who may or may not be struggling financially. So yeah, you're a crook. And she just heel turn, leave.
And Ellen's just like, I better not catch you trying anything. And kind of lunges at him a little.
Yeah.
And then turns heel and leaves.
And I mean, I really could have been just like, woohoo, fix on my plot. But, nah. Tempting as it was, not gonna do that. So, go back into the sleet, and the wind's picking up, and it's slowly forming into a blizzard.
Fun.
Visibility is low, like almost non-existent. Fortunately, you do find a cave that you can bunker down in.
That's not good.
Yeah,
At least wait for the blizzard to calm down.
In the meantime, we've got many fruitsicles.
Yeah. And at the back of the cave, as you're sitting there and you build a fire, warming up and eating and everything, you hear a roar, like a dragon's roar, echoing
Oh, lovely.
from the back of the cave, which is open and leads into the mountain.
Oh, fun. Well, looks like they weren't lying about the dragon.
So it would seem. Shall we go and see what its problem is?
Maybe wait. Is the stormwood up yet, or it's still going out there? Let's
Well-
wait for that.
We're in the dragon's cave.
We're in the dragon's cave.
Alright. Yeah.
This is the lower entrance to the lair.
Okay. Once we're not out in the cold.
Yeah. It is still cold. It is still cold because as Elwyn would have surmised by the climb change, that you're dealing with a white dragon.
Yeah. One very pissed off white dragon.
Yes. And hint hint, wink wink. Mama.
Well, we didn't hurt the baby.
Well, we didn't hurt the baby.
Nope.
We just let the baby sleep.
Yep. And so you do find yourselves blocked by, and the main reason why I'm just letting the sim stand there is because I don't have a map, because I came up with this idea on the fly. So I might have a map next week if we don't finish this up tonight. But there are ice walls occasionally blocking your path.
I'll actually be right back.
I can summon up my flame blade.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm gonna do that.
Restroom.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm back.
Alright.
Yeah, I have a better solution than using flame blade. Fire bolts.
Well, I've already summoned it up, so.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright.
you're gonna be coming across a lot of ice walls, so.
Yeah. Or just regular. Speak up.
So roll to attack that shit.
Which one?
A wall. Whichever one of you wants to attack first.
Then.
Straight ahead, I would say go for that.
That's gonna be a total of 20 to hit.
Hit.
For 3d6. 1, 2, 3, a lady. Oh, close. 15. Oh,
How much?
15.
Okay, the ice wall shatters and clears the path.
It was so close to max, though. Why?
It was what you needed, so. Uh-huh.
Just occurred to me, I should have grabbed my charger. That was thrown to the other side of the house. Dang it. Oh well.
Because, let's see, my Flame Blade attack modifier is +9.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is getting to be, like, stupid levels of powerful.
The moment when she accidentally made the bard OP.
Like, cross-classing it with Fighter! Because I'm a dumbass.
Well, you didn't know that it would do that.
No, I didn't, but I should have.
That's alright. At least I didn't cross-class the cleric with paladin instead of doing her as a fighter cross-class. Because then she definitely would be OP.
Yeah.
Okay, anywhoozles. So, you wind your way through and... Let's see.
Which, yeah, I'm gonna keep Flame Blade up so we can stay a little bit warm.
Yeah. So, okay, that makes sense actually. Sorry, reading the description on the white dragons to make sure that I don't need to account for like human minions.
Was that Yuki scratching?
Yes. I'm gonna let
No,
him.
I'll let him in.
Okay. I need to get up and stretch my leg anyways. So. BRB.
All right. So, Soul decided to chase Yuki to the room.
I let Yuki into the house. I go outside and I let Yuki know, hey, you ready? And he comes around the house and he dutifully goes up to the front door and waits for me. And then when I let him in, he dutifully starts for my room. And Soul, who's just lounging on the floor in one of his draw me like your French girl poses, jumps up and proceeds to chase Yuki. To the room, to our door. And I'm just like, what the
There's no telling.
Yep.
This music is almost fitting.
Yep. So, no, Yuki. Don't make me put you back outside. He's like, no.
Not
Mom.
outside again.
Okay, just for the sake of brevity. Alright. So, occasionally, you do come across a, after a little bit of dealing with, after a couple of ice walls, you do come across a group of 3 kobolds.
And suddenly I'm taken back to Spurt.
So, back to what?
Spurt. Okay, campaign 2. The Mighty Nine runs into a kobold named Spurt.
Okay.
How old are you, Spurt? 11 days! Wow, what's the longest you've ever seen a kobold live for? 11 days! What about your brothers? You said you had a brother, Spurt? Yeah, he died! Oh, really? How'd he die? To a slime? You mean like the slime you have in your backpack there? Yeah, that's the one!
Oh, God. Oh,
And then
God.
he goes up against, what was it, Fire Giant?
Yep. Cuts the at them. And Gallagher slurred across the room.
And dead sport.
Yeah,
Dead spurt.
and not screaming, my baby boy! As everyone else is going,
I lived to be 12 days.
oh no, the worst part was they were like, would you like to leave this place so you can live longer? Yeah, that didn't happen.
Okay, I will take some. Anyways, they immediately go on the attack, and being butt
Listen,
snacks.
we're just here to talk.
They don't care.
Can I at least try and roll persuasion?
Yeah. Okay, they pause, but a almost insistent and angry roar from behind that like rumbles the walls, and it's actually just like a wordless shout. And being able to speak Draconic, you do catch that the voice is more feminine than
Yeah.
masculine. And they immediately start to try and go on the attack again. Because not wanting to incur the wrath of their lady. And one of them even mentions that to the others, like, we really don't want to make our lady mad. She's already upset.
That's what we're here to find out. Why is she upset? What are you, a therapist? No, I'm just very good at talking.
Why would you care? All adventurers care about is taking our hides.
That's actually not what we're here for.
And trying to kill our dragon lords.
Again, that is actually not what we are here for. If you would listen and let us speak.
They won't. Because I said so.
Roll for initiative.
Yep.
Okay, I'll take that 17.
That is terrible. 10.
Okay. One sec. Kobold number 2. And kobold numero 3. Okay.
So that's a total of 21 for Elwyn.
Alright. So. Alright, you said 21 for Elwyn?
Yep.
Anahita? Anahita. 10. Okay.
My pathetic 10, yes.
Alright. 21. 8. Candy is 10. Poisons is 5 plus 3 is 8. Oh, I forgot to roll for Goblin.
Yeah, don't forget to roll for Goblin.
19 plus 4 is 23. Alright, and then the kobolds are. Alright. Alright, top of the round is Izion. And
It's not showing up on the screen.
better?
Yeah.
Okay, so Izion is going to use his bonus action to toss his magic sword up and set it to attack one of the kobolds, which it misses.
Well, that's a bonus action, so.
Yep. And then he's going to. That one hits though. He's going to attack on his own with his scimitar. And that is. Ooh, max damage. And dead kobold. Because they're not strong.
Yeah.
It's a spurt moment.
That thing was dead with his modifier. Okay, and then he's going to use his other attack. Try and take down another one. And he does. Yep. Just for the sake of brevity, because his modifier is their hit points.
Is their hit point count.
Yeah. So that's yeah, dead kobolds abound. And it is now Govum the snake. And he's going to snick and attack. And that is actually rather consistent. So, the third kobold is also dead, just by the modifier.
From the one bite.
Mm-hmm. Just from the modifier. And there we go. That's it. That's the fight. Like, oh, okay. That was
For
rather.
all their bravado.
For all the bravado, they all one-shotted. And Izian pulls his sword back and sheathes it, and is just like, that was kind of boring.
Terribly disappointing.
I mean, they are just kobolds.
Yep. Poor thing.
Moving on.
Yep. I'm actually going to laugh my head off if. Oh no. Alright. So. As you continue on, the shouting, you can vaguely catch Mr. Speaks Draconic
Yeah.
in her shouting that she's in pain. Like someone or something injured her, but her minions are too afraid of her to approach and try and help.
Well, might as well keep pushing forward.
Yeah, there's a few more ice walls, and they're easy enough to take down. Because, I mean, really, the ice walls have a AC of 5. So unless you roll a nat 1, you're pretty much guaranteed to hit it.
Yeah.
Just from your modifier. And they're not that strong. Especially against fire.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
For the sake of brevity.
For the sake of brevity, we're just going to assume that you make quick work of all the ice walls. And eventually get to a large cavern where the dragon is. And as far as her appearance, she is actually still rather shiny. And she has a couple of splotches of pale blue in with her shiny white, but it's very few patches, and she's still it's still kind of, her scales are still kind of shiny, either from being a little bit more from potentially being a little bit more vain than her kin, or just because she's still on the younger side of adult.
And draconic. I asked her, what is the source of your pain?
She looks at you with her beady little eyes and just like, you speak Draconic. That's interesting.
There's a long story behind it. I won't bore you with the details.
Please don't. And she kind of lifts a broken wing a little bit, wincing. And she is laying on her stomach, not on her side. And the wing that she lifts is very it's not quite bloodied, but there is frost from the blood freezing. It's discolored frost.
Well,
And her wing is really janky looking. And her other wing is almost sliced, the skin of it up until about from the middle almost all the way to the bone supporting is torn. And she clearly it's like torn and laying limp on her side.
well, the highest level spell I've got is my 3rd level cure wounds, and that's 3d8 plus 5.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any ideas?
Because
I have
Ziana's got the
I
same.
do have a potion of healing supreme, which is 10d4 plus 20.
We'll try that first.
The potion.
Yeah. I mean, if we get in her good graces.
She won't try and kill us.
Yeah. And may make our passage through this mountain a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah. Speaking of, though. Why help me?
Because you need it.
And that just kind of leaves her a little bit speechless because, I mean, chromatic dragons are chaotic evil.
Yeah.
Most people wouldn't think twice about taking advantage of a already injured dragon to kill them and reap the spoils.
Well, I mean, she's not a threat. And she hasn't outright threatened anyone.
Yeah.
To our knowledge. And besides which, you know, Elwyn kind of has a soft spot for dragons.
Yeah. So, how many D4 is it again?
10d4 plus 20.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bring you my big bowl of D4s.
Already got it.
Alright.
I don't like those numbers. So, for the sake of argument, max healing.
Alright.
40, 50, 60. Where did that... I guess it stuck to my hand until I got it in the drawer. My hands are really sweaty right now for some reason. So the potion that doing its working its magic on her does manage to her ripped wing starts to stitch itself back together, and her other broken wing kind of straightens itself up. She's still hurt, but she's much less in pain. And she kind of relaxes and puts her head on her front feet and kind of looks at you.
I'm going to go ahead and cast that 3rd level Cure Wounds, bringing us to 14 points of healing.
Okay.
No, it's not much, but
Yeah. And she's just kind of...
Hell, I'll cast it again.
Thank you.
$11 more.
Okay.
No, it's not much, but
Yeah.
all of Our Lady's creatures are precious
You are
and worthy of respect.
You are an interesting human.
Half elf, darling.
And Ayana's just like, so what happened to you? Most dragons can... She kind of whispers to Elwyn. She's like, most dragons can speak common, right?
Yes.
Okay. And the dragon just kind of chuckles, deep throaty, rumbles the icy floor. I was attacked. Well, I was out hunting and my cave was accosted by savage humans from the village below. They took my eggs.
In one of the last places we were in, we saw a white dragon wormling. Alive.
The baby. And I know that the descriptions say that they hatch their young, and it's basically like they hatch their young and leave them to fend for themselves. But I don't like it.
Yeah. And you're the DM. You can
Yeah.
make up whatever rules you want.
They stay together only long enough to conceive offspring before fleeing into isolation again. Like, do you not raise your babies? What kind of parents are you? Chaotic evil parents.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah. Could also, I'm going to say she had 3 eggs that were taken. And all 3 hatched and the babies got away from the humans before they could be killed.
Mm. Well, we know where one is.
If they all hatched and survived to get away, how many are there? 3. We can probably find the other 2 for you.
Maybe.
And bring the one we've already found back to you.
That would be appreciated.
The only thing we would ask for in return is safe passage to Whitestone.
Well, past my territory, I can't make any promises, but
Then we have a deal.
And she nods. Now, if you'll excuse me, I would like to take a nap.
Of course.
And she promptly goes to sleep. And essentially does a long rest. And while you guys go find the babies.
Yeah, finding the babies.
Yep.
Alright.
The first one's not that hard to find. Backtrack to the last tomb you were exploring. Find the baby. And I would say animal handling.
Tysius is probably, or
Tysius and Izion are the best with that.
Are best at that.
So.
Don't ask me to do it.
Yeah. Izion has a +5 and Tysius has a +6.
Plus, he's got the ring of animal friendship.
That's why he's got a +6.
That's true. Well, he can cast the spell from it.
Yeah. He manages to gently pick up the baby without waking it up too much. On the way out of the caves, the baby and coming into the sun, the baby kind of twitches and wakes up a little bit with a little mule.
Oh. Ellen kind of pats it. It's all right. In Draconic, it's all right. We're taking you home.
And it looks at you with its big blue eye, with its big baby blue eyes, and goes back
Your
to
mother
sleep.
is waiting for you.
And it goes back to sleep. Of course, as it's sleeping, it kind of tries to roll and ties his arms a little bit, and its tummy grumbles.
Well, we have food.
Yeah.
Lots of food.
Yeah.
And plenty of water.
Mhm.
So make sure it's fed and
Yep. Fed and taken care of while you get to the. You want to take that baby back to the cave first, or wait
Yeah.
until we get both the others? Okay.
I just want to as we go, so don't.
yeah.
Just imagine if we lost one. The process that would be terrible.
Yeah. So, get the baby home, and it kind of curls up under mommy's wing, and
Aww.
2 more.
Okay. Where are we gonna find the other two? Is the question.
That is a good question.
I could try scrying. I'd have to take a long rest after, but
Might as well.
and I figured out how we can get past the material component. The dagger itself. But it doesn't get poofed.
Because magic dagger.
Yep. Alright. Casting scry with it looks like the modifier with what we can be provided with might be $12. Or no, wait. The modifier will be 17, but whatever. Okay, the DC is 17, but subtract 5 from your roll.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
especially if she's got scales or an eggshell.
I would say, because it's a blood relation.
Okay, so that would be a -10, but with the knowledge modifier, it would be -5 from your roll.
Yeah. Yeah. It's well, the save modifier is +5 because you don't know, you haven't met the target.
Yeah, but then we've got a connection.
Yeah.
Which is a
Familial. So would say
body
go
part,
with the body
lock
part.
of hair, bit of nail, or the like.
So grand total would be 12.
No, grand total would be, it's still 17, but that's from your roll.
Yeah. So -5.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 14.
Okay, that didn't save.
Yeah.
So I now know where one of them is.
Yep. Roundabouts. At a baby. suppose, is there we go. A little to the southwest-ish. You can see, well, let me rotate it. Let me rotate the map to be from the dragon's view. You can see pools of water and with fish, and you can hear the leaves rustling, and
Mm-hmm. Well, we found it.
and can dragon wormlings see invisible objects? I don't think so. Senses, blindside, no? Okay. But at the same time, because it's a baby and nah, I'm not gonna have him see it. And then from around, because you can see the area around the baby, and you can see the baby itself. He's got fish bones. He been eating fishy.
Yeah.
And nice and soundly asleep because tummy's full.
And we have our heading?
Yes. To the
All right.
southwest, where there are a lot of pools.
Yep, heading down that way.
Look here, you. Now, why are you marked as a tomb when you don't have any actual tomb stuff?
Well, it's not a tomb, it's just a park.
Yeah, but it's marked as a tomb on the map.
I think it's a scholar's garden.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Springs. It's a scholar's garden. It's not really
Yeah.
a dungeon per se.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't need to be.
Nope.
It just makes our job easier.
Yep. So you, after a little bit of traveling, you find the dragon. and would say potentially on a whim, checking for the other one.
Yeah.
And it happens to be nearby.
Oh.
Like you can sense it really close. But this one looks to be indoors.
I think send the centaurs after the one that's above ground.
Okay.
And then we'll
Let them take the baby back and go clear out the whatever's.
Yeah. We can handle it.
Yep. Yep. Now, I'm also pausing for a second because it is almost 11. It is almost 10 o'clock here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want to go ahead and call it,
Yeah.
because I'm sure you have work tomorrow probably.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah. So we shall call this a night.
All right. It's a good stopping point anyway.
Yeah. Right before
We've got
going
2
in.
out of the 3 baby dragons.
Yep. And peace.